Welcome to Fix It Fast. Today we're going to be adding some high-pass filters to my DS18 tweeter speakers. I've already done the install on this on these tweeters, so if you want to watch that video, follow the link at the end of the video. I'll also put it in the description. So the point of putting this high-pass filter basically limits the low bass frequencies from getting to the tweeter and ruining them. DS18 recommends a 4K high-pass filter. I actually picked up a 5K high-pass filter, which is fine. It's just going to limit a little more bass going to the tweeter. And I'll just send those, that frequency will go to my woofer in the door, so it'll be fine. So enough talk, let's get to work. This is a close-up of the driver's side OEM wiring. The lavender white is actually the negative, and the lavender black is actually the positive, reverse of what you would think it would be. The passenger side is a little more typical. Lavender green is the negative, and lavender red is the positive. This is the Metra harness we'll be using to make everything work. Here's a diagram of what all the wiring will look like once it's all soldered up. So went ahead and pre-twisted some of these wires here. So what you're going to want to do, so this will be the harness, this came with the DS18. So this will go first to the speaker, and then we're going to add the high pass filter, and then the Metra connector will go to the OEM wiring. And then I've put heat shrink on these so I don't forget. So to strip the wiring, I like to go about like an inch or so. And then I've actually found that the 16 gauge slot strips the 18 gauge speaker wire pretty nicely without nicking the wires at all. So we'll go ahead and line that up about an inch. And we'll strip it. Easy as that. Go to the other side and do the same thing. So we'll take our wires and we're gonna pre-twist them. So I'm gonna start on the speaker side, the DS18. We're gonna start with that first. So I'm gonna put my heat shrink on first. Red will go on your positive, and then black, negative. So we're gonna do black to black and then white to red. So I'm gonna do what's called a lineman splice here. Just gonna get these wires a little more separated. So we'll start with the black. So you make like a little X here in the middle. I'm gonna try and go in the middle of both, and then you're gonna fold her in 90. And you're just gonna twist it around like so. And then the same thing you're gonna do over here. Twist that around, trying to keep the wires nice and smooth. You don't want anything poking up through. We'll do the same thing with the white. Go about in the middle of both. Then you're gonna turn it 90 around it and wrap it around. Trying to get all the wires together here. You don't want no loose ends. There you go. So now we'll solder it together. Okay, then you're gonna want to spray these down a little bit with some isopropyl alcohol just to clean off any residue from the rosin or the flux. Just using a microfiber towel here. Okay, and then you'll slide your heat shrink up. Just gonna try and space her about in the middle. So I'm using 3:1 heat shrink with glue. It's on the interior of the truck, so you really don't need the adhesive. I just have it on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use. This is how the final harness should look. Just go black to black, red to white, white to white. I'm gonna wrap these a little bit so they're not quite as long. So I'm just keeping the soldered parts here in the middle because they're not gonna be as flexible. I'm just using Tessa tape just to keep these all nice and tidy here. And that is the finished product right there. And that'll go in the truck. This is a close-up of the driver's side with the harness connected to the OEM wiring. And this is the passenger side with the finished harness connected to it. There you have it. That's how you install a high-pass filter on your DS18 Pro tweeter speakers for a Toyota Tacoma. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.